Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there. Sorry about that.
Hi, this is Kyle Higgins, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Diggity dank.
Hello and welcome back to another week of the Nightwing news. Another all new episode with new content. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is.
Hello, I'm Kristen.
And today we'll be covering new releases. Teen Titans Robin. And Nightwing 102, of course. So yes, as we said before, once a month we'll try to hit up the new content. So these are new releases. I'm in. I didn't bring it out, but I was gonna say I can bring up real quick. Batman, Superman, World's Finest 13. Dick is in it, but he's it's not like last time where it was a big.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I haven't even read it yet because I didn't.
No. It's kind of a murder mystery, and it involves Metamorpho. But yeah, it's like Batman, Robin, Superman are all kind of covering it. Oh no, Batman, Robin, Superman, and Jimmy Olsen are covering this.
Jimmy Olsen.
Yes.
Nice. It's quality.
There's a funny scene at the beginning because it kind of jumps into at the end of some adventure. And like the four of them are there with like Batgirl and Supergirl, and like Batgirl and Supergirl basically saying, "So Mxyzptlk and Batmite were disguised as us. You couldn't tell that wasn't us."
Oh,
but they didn't show anything. But yeah, they just.
This is the first we've seen Batgirl in this comic, right?
Maybe. Yeah, because her and Supergirl leave pretty quickly, but they made it look like Jimmy Olsen was trying to screw up the courage to talk to her.
How old did Barbara look? What was it like? Still Silver Agey, kind of like? Did she look all grown up?
I mean, she looked like it was like her Silver Age costume, so it was hard to tell. Like I said, she was only on like the first 2-3 pages of that. So
fair enough.
All right. So, what should we talk about first? Teen Titans Robin, since that came out first.
Okay, sure. I'm like, I'll let you pick, Phil.
So yes, I got this on. I pre-ordered and got it the day it released. When did you get this, Kristen?
On my birthday, the day after it released.
Oh, nice.
So it's a birthday present to me.
So what did you think?
So I thought it was not bad. I mean, it's definitely for
a younger audience.
Yes, yeah. So I mean, I feel like I was able to zip through reading it really fast.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me of that one we covered, The Lost Carnival.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Which is fine. I mean, it explicitly says it's for young adults, so it's for a younger audience. It's just clear they're also reinterpreting stuff, which again is fine. It's just different because I mean, Dick and Damian must be really close in age.
Yeah, it seems like they are a little bit closer. Yeah.
Well, I think they're a lot closer. I mean, because Damian presumably can drive, and Dick is in college. So, I mean, that means 2, 3, 4 years, probably.
Maybe, yeah. And it seems like maybe there's not like a Jason or Tim in between, maybe too.
Yeah, because Dick's still being Robin.
It seemed like.
I mean, I always feel like in the mainstream comics, there's got to be at least 10 years between Dick and Damian, but I know they kind of massage that.
Oh yeah, because I mean, when he first showed up, Damien was like 10, and I think he's like 13 now. So yeah, it's about around there. Yeah.
So,
So I
yeah.
wonder.
Well, and then of course the major difference that the way it was. I mean, there is no Teen Titans.
Yeah.
The kids are forming it on their own. There haven't been all of these other kid sidekicks.
Mm-mm.
And so that was I mean, again, whatever, they can do what they want, obviously. But that was a little bit weird to me because the Teen Titans being the sidekicks and Dick having these friends for a long time and them being really close friends of his, it seems like they're gonna end up being closer friends of Damien's.
Yeah. I just wonder if in an upcoming one, if we're gonna see Dick become Nightwing and hand the Robin costume to Damien, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably happening. I mean, the next one is Starfire, and they already have talked about how she's in LA.
Yeah.
So
Yes. Spring 2024. So that's another year. It's like a year till that comes out.
I know. But I feel like I mean, aside from those changes, which I mean, it's whatever. As somebody, who grew up with the older stuff and is primarily a Dick fan, I think we're predisposed to prefer the older way of doing things. That doesn't necessarily mean this one is bad. It's just not our way. But I would say really about the only criticism I had of Dick in it, which is explainable because they're so much closer in age, was I felt like when Damien wanted him to leave for really no apparent reason. And so Dick said, okay, I'll prove myself to you. And they did that competition. In the mainstream comics, Dick would have kicked Damien's butt in all of those things because Damien was so little when he first came around, and Dick's been doing it so much longer than him. So that was about the only thing that I was like,
yeah, well, again, maybe because the age difference isn't as big here.
right, yeah.
Dick may not have been training as long, and Damien has still been trained from birth by Ra's al Ghul and Talia. So,
right. So, I mean, it made sense in this version. It was just kind of annoying. But otherwise, I thought the way they portrayed Dick was pretty good. I mean, he definitely really cared about family and he really cared about Damien, despite Damien being a jerk to him. And that rings very true.
And once again, another version where Bruce is like, oh, don't worry about Damien. He can take care of himself.
I know, yeah. Bruce is like kind of a terrible dad.
I know. It seems to not matter which continuity. It's just like, yeah, no.
I mean, sometimes they can show. I mean, back in the day, Bruce wasn't a terrible dad, but yeah, over time, he's gotten worse. But yeah, that one little bit of Bruce. Yeah, but you can see that's coming because they have that one picture in there of Dick. He goes down to the computer and they've got the Nightwing costume up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, obviously, he's thinking about it.
Just like in that World's Finest issue last month. And it's so weird to see like a Slade Wilson who's just like trying to track them, asking people, "Have you seen these kids?" And normal Slade would just be like threatening people, and just like, "Have you seen these children?" "Oh no, okay, I'll get back in my SUV and drive away." Okay,
right? I won't murder you or something.
Exactly. I'm gonna hold a sword to your throat.
Yeah, kinder, gentler Slade. So yeah, it kind of feels like it's sort of in line with a little bit with some of the cartoons, not I guess a little bit with some of the animated stuff because I guess I'm kind of wondering if when they meet, it sounds like Corey's going to be a little bit older than like maybe closer to Dick's age, just because it seems like she's living on her own in LA. I mean, I don't know if that's for sure, but that's kind of what it it feels like that could be the possibility. So kind of how in some of those, like the continuity that had Bad Blood and stuff
Yeah.
like that, how Raven was younger and they had her get together with Damien. Although she's with Beast Boy, which is like the other cartoons. But in this one, Beast Boy is kind of a younger brother, a little bit like in Young Justice, and a tiny bit like in Titans, the show.
I wonder if it's just her appearance, or if she's going to be human, because she's not like orange. I mean, that cover art looks like.
I don't know. She's got to have something because that's how they were tracking her.
Yeah, I mean, she's gonna have superpowers, but I wonder if it's just because they said they were experimenting on these kids, like Gar and Raven. I wonder if it's just that she's not gonna be an alien. They're just gonna experiment. They experimented on her, just like, oh, we injected her with alien DNA or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess all will be revealed in a year.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to keep an eye out because if Dick makes an appearance there.
Yeah, I feel like I'll just get it from the library though, because I'll just
Oh, you know what? That would make sense if she was older, because that way she could date Dick.
Right, because I saw somebody say that in one of the reviews on Amazon, because it was obviously a bunch of adults reading this, and somebody was like, they're all pairing up except Dick, but Starfire's coming next, so he'll be paired up by the next graphic novel.
Exactly. But yeah, so you said you enjoyed it.
I mean, yeah, I thought it was fine.
Yeah, no, for what it is, yeah, no, I thought it was good.
I mean, yeah, I was glad that. I mean, it could have had more going on, because it kind of felt like not that. I mean, stuff happened, but also not that much happened. I don't know if that makes sense, but mostly I was okay that aside, Dick still came off pretty Dick-like.
Oh yeah.
Although this costume, why would Damien go out there wearing a D? Like, way to not.
Well, I guess you could say the R is for Richard, not Robin, on Dick. So.
Right, but I mean, he's going by Robin.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would you do that? I mean, I know why you would do it, but it's like, but why would you do that? Because, hello, secret identity. You could have picked any other letter. But yeah.
Oh yeah, Bruce literally says his mother and grandfather are two of the most dangerous assassins in the world, and they trained him well. He'll be fine.
I know, like, okay.
Especially after Dick says, "Oh, his tracer stopped transmitting." He's like, I have to run. Damien will turn up."
I know. Yeah. Bruce comes off pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's only like 2 pages.
They don't. It's so weird. They don't even like show his face, Bruce's face either.
Yeah, they're like, we can't be bothered to.
It's like Titans before
like,
they like.
Yeah, Damien was fine, but really only because he hooked up with other people, and Dick came to help too.
Yeah. It just seems like Bruce is like, oh, I'm sure he's not dead. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're not. I don't know. More worried.
Exactly. You're not worried that your son, who was trained by assassins, is running around out there without adult supervision?
Yeah, I mean, maybe that lets you to believe that this is some sort of kinder, gentler DC universe, because, yeah, he really does not seem that.
Again, I mean, it's for the plot, because we're gonna have this kid's adventure, but still.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the thing, is I read it and I liked it fine, but it's very clearly not for me. And I mean, I don't say that in a mean way. And I enjoy it fine. And obviously when they write YA things, they're not like, this is only for 14-year-olds, but that's the target audience. So that's who they're aiming for. So of course, since we're older, as soon as we read Bruce being like that, we're like, oh my God, how can you be such a neglectful parent? But I suppose if I were 14, I might be like, oh yeah, look, my dad totally trusts me to take care of myself. Isn't that nice? Whereas we're old now, Phil.
I know.
We're like, that's dangerous. I don't care how much you can take care of yourself. The world has lots of bad people out there, like Slade Wilson. So it's like maybe Bruce doesn't know about Slade Wilson, because it seems like maybe he's not Deathstroke yet. I don't know.
And it's so weird. I mean, I know, again, it's like a lighter story, but it's like when that girl Max is like, I'm going to text my mom, and go, like Gar like calls his parents. I'm like, they could track you that way, but
Right, yeah. For sure.
Let's have this family reunion. I'm like, yeah, have 20 people show up. That's not going to bring Hive and Deathstroke down on you.
Right. Well, and of course, I think in a lot of versions, aren't Gar's parents already dead? I mean, because isn't that kind of why he's with the Doom Patrol?
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Yeah, it was fine.
All right. So should we get the
like I said, I mean, I don't really have any objections. Like they didn't do anything to Dick that made me mad. I wasn't like, curse you. It was a little interesting that Damian was so resistant to Dick, but I mean, I think that's because they just smushed all the Robins. They just smushed all the Robins into 2 Robins because I feel like, if there was only one other Robin by the time Damian showed up, he probably would have a hard time getting along with whoever that Robin was. But since by the time he showed up, there was Tim that faces most of his anger, but then also Jason and Dick. He could build a bond with Dick because I feel like he didn't see Dick as much as a threat because Dick wasn't Robin anymore.
All right. So should we get to Nightwing 102?
So I guess, real quick to say though, in that regard, I guess I'm glad that they made it Dick and Damian in the Robin one and not like Tim and Damian, because the way Damian reacts is definitely more how he reacted to Tim, just slightly less violently. But so I could have seen them doing that, but I mean, also,
and like you said, they're probably playing off the animated, all the different animation, even like some of the sometimes it's kind of adult, the live action Titans, where most of those it's Dick. So
right. So like obviously I was glad that it was Dick because I wouldn't have read it otherwise. But
well, again, too, people are unfamiliar with the comics and just like the shows and the animation, it's like they'll know Dick and Gar and
and it works on that regard because he does end up getting along with Dick and he does see him as his brother, and that's so it's kind of like, since they telescoped the older Robins, it's like something had to not be right. It was either he was going to react to Dick more like how he reacts to Tim, but then he'll get to the spot where he's at with Dick, or if they use Tim, he'd react the same way, but then they'd get to a spot where they're more brotherly than they kind of are.
Yeah, and I mean, in most versions, it's Dick who, if anyone's teaching Damian or taking him under his wing, it is Dick. So, so it works.
Okay, now I think I'm spent.
All right, let's get to Nightwing 102.
Okay, let's do it.
That cover's fine, but if I had more time in the shop, because I had to kind of rush, I would have gotten one of the variant covers with a picture, because, I don't know, does that one seem kind of plain to you, just with the Nightwing?
Well, I think it has stuff inside. I mean, it has...
Well, you can see kind of like, almost like the eyes or whatever of the Titans members, but...
Yeah, but you have to look at it a little bit longer.
Yeah. Oh, get this out of my book, Gotham Knights. Don't get me started.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah. It's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah. I just tried to watch the second episode. I'm just like, again, they gave Bruce Wayne an adopted son who is not Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake. Yeah, no.
I know, that's what I said. As soon as I saw it, I was like, why would you? I mean, I guess on the one hand, I can understand because it sounds like the character is not really like any of the Robins in the comics. So on the one hand, that
Well, yeah, no, he adopts his kid, and then the kid doesn't know he's Batman until he dies.
what? That's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
How? So what did he adopt the kid, and then the kid never lived with him? He just was
No,
like, I adopt.
the kid lived with him, but I guess he didn't ask any questions when he went out at night. And oh no, and Batman had a Robin, but it's Carrie Kelly. And then she shows up after Bruce's death, and it's just like, oh yeah, I'm Robin. It's
Yeah, this show sounds terrible.
yeah, the kid's just like, what? Yeah, and then they team up with Harper Row, her brother, and Joker's daughter.
Yeah, I mean, so I guess I'm kind of glad that they didn't involve any of the mainline Robins in that hot mess. So.
I just wonder if like there was something at Warner Brothers Discovery or somewhere else on some level where they're just like, yeah, you're not using any real Robins. We have some good plans for them.
Yeah, well, and it could be because they're involved in other shows. Because I remember reading somewhere that, I mean, somewhere on the internet. Remember that the Batman that was the animated version of Batman in the early 2000s?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Teen Titans was on, the original Teen Titans, not Go. And they kind of overlapped, and that was part of the reason that in the Batman they introduced Batgirl before they introduced Robin, was because Robin was on Teen Titans at the time, and they were like, no, he's not going to be in two shows. And then Teen Titans ended, and they said, okay, now you can introduce Robin into the show.
That's
So maybe it was something like that. I mean, pretty much all of the other adopted Robins are being used in Titans right now.
yeah, exactly.
That they were like, no.
Oh yeah, did you see that? I know you said about the Titans trailer and stuff. Did you see Tim's gonna get his Robin costume in the show?
Yeah, well, it looks like Jason's gonna come back and help train him some.
Oh, maybe, yeah. And you said
Isn't
what?
that, I saw. Did you watch the trailer?
Not yet. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a trailer. I didn't see a picture. Yeah, I was pretty
I
sure
did see some still picters, but yeah, I did see
at the end.
Tim's Robin
Yeah,
costume.
so in the trailer, Jason's in the trailer, and I think he's talking to Tim, because it seems like something's gonna happen. Well, obviously something's gonna happen. Where they're gonna be split up into different universes. So I'm thinking that Dick and Tim are not going to end up in the same universe until near the end. So maybe that. I mean, that's kind of what they lead you to believe from the trailer.
That's weird.
So yeah, we'll see.
Different universes.
But yeah, I mean, you kind of had to sense. It makes sense that that's what they would do. I mean, I would think that they were going to do that even before they knew the show was ending, because it would be natural to set.
Yeah.
You don't really have you don't have a Robin this season, but they're training Tim, so it would make sense.
There's Tim.
Oh, yeah. Looks good.
Yeah, that's what people are. I saw a couple comments. Yeah, it's comic accurate. So, but you said April 13th, right?
Yeah, they said that's when it comes back. So I assume it'd be just 6 more shows. Because we had 6 before.
Yeah, something. Let me look this up. But yeah, and then this is the final season, so anything can happen.
It seems like it's gonna be pretty. I mean, the whole thing. I was talking about it with. I have a friend that she just got HBO Max, and she was like, "Hey, I saw there's a bunch of comic book stuff on HBO Max. What should I watch?" And so I told her a bunch of stuff to watch. But I did not tell her to watch Titans. But then she was like, "Hey, so I'm watching Titans." I was like, "Oh my God, why?" And so she was asking me a bunch of questions. And so yeah, I've kind of realized that which I knew, but talking to her about it, someone who doesn't actively read the comics really brought it home for me, is this is really loosely based. Because they take ideas from the comics and then they do very different things with it.
Yeah. But yes, so April 13th, we'll get 6 more episodes before the show ends. So finally, we're going to get the next episode, Dude, Where's My Gar?
Oh, thank God! I've been waiting for that because that's an excellent title.
I know. We've been waiting.
I don't care how bad the episode is, which, given the quality of Titans, it will not be great. But that title,
Exactly,
will definitely make up for it. Plus, they need to make up for it because the whole time this season the whole run of the show, Gar has been sadly underutilized.
Oh yeah.
And that a little bit. Sorry, I swear we'll get to Nightwing soon. That was one thing that in this Teen Titans Robin reminded me a little bit of the show, is that Gar doesn't really know how to use his powers and stuff like that, because that seems to, he's learning in these how to do it, and that's what was happening in the Titans show, and that's never really what's happened in the comics. I mean, in the comics, it's like, he just knows how to do it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. And of course, what is it in May? Yeah, we're getting a Titans comic series. Oh, and but yes, our Nightwing writer Tom Taylor, Dick does not show up, but Batman One Bad Day, Ra's al Ghul came out today, written by Tom Taylor. So
yeah, he's not in it.
Yeah, Dick's not in it.
What's that thing of Dick racing next to it? Was that an ad?
Oh no, that was an actual page in the store. This is just an ad in Nightwing. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it was.
I thought you were holding up One Bad Day, Ra's al Ghul.
No, it's actually the comic.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Then yeah.
But no, that One Bad Day, Damien is in it though. So
that makes more sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just stoked. I didn't think he'd turn up in any of them, so I was pretty stoked when he was in the Mr. Freeze one.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to this. Remember, from last month, Nightwing's been replaced by a shape-shifting villain.
The Grinning Man.
Yep. Stuck him in a drawer in the morgue.
So rude. But he manages to burn his way out kind of with his stick, with the electricity in his stick.
Next, I guess he burns the lock off or whatever. Because they couldn't get a signal out till he opened the door, and then he calls Barbara.
But first, most important, we see her sleeping all snuggled up with Haley. Oh, suck it.
Haley, who will become important to the plot here soon. But he's like, "Where's the Titans?" And then she's like, "You're not with them?"
I'm in a freeze. I was in a freezer.
Yeah. So then he's like, "Get me Cyborg now."
Boom.
Literally, yeah. And then Dick tells Vic, he's like, "You find the others. I'll get to Olivia." So they go to Beast Boy's house and we see the fake Nightwing waking Olivia up. Says, "It's not safe. We need to move." Then they come across Gar knocked out. And the Grinning Man says, "He'll be okay. They're after you, not him."
Which is true, but
yeah,
it's not a good sign.
Then she sees Cyborg flying in. She's like, "Isn't
like,
Cyborg?"
Wait a minute.
Like, isn't Cyborg one of your friends? She's like, "Yes, but the person who's after you is a shapeshifter. He can be anyone." Also true.
Yep.
Dick.
And
Dick. Yeah, that's what I thought. And then the Grinning Man says, "Olivia, stay behind me. This man is an imposter." Dick says, "Am I? Then what's the name of your dog?" And I guess he doesn't say it. Grinning Man doesn't say a word. Olivia's like, Nightwing? Grinning Man, damn it, you were supposed to suffocate at back of the corners. And the Grinning Man's like, wait a minute, you went down as soon as I hit you. Do you not have powers at all?
Like, no, dude.
Yeah. So you're just some guy in a skin tight suit? Oh, that's hilarious or sad. And Dick's like, he's clearly powered, but he's underestimating me. He's not the first. So and then he kind of tries to blind them with some flares from his stick.
Oh, his Eskrima sticks in this latest run have been very fancy.
Oh yeah. Then he shocks him with one and pretty much in the face. And then the Grinning Man says, is that the best you got? Dick, it's actually not the best I have. Dick goes, Olivia, I promise he's not me. I swear on Bitewing.
And then, boom!
Oh, yeah. Olivia hits him from behind, punches him from behind. Sends him flying. But then I guess he can't. Well, then he can fly. So the Grinning Man grabs Olivia and takes off. And then Corey, Raven, and Vic are waiting for him in the sky. And Grinning Man says, okay, it's clearly time to abort the mission, and throws Olivia down. He looks at them and goes, you're not going to catch her? And they're like, no. But then we see Donna catches Olivia.
Yep.
And the other
Cyborg and Starfire Black. Yeah, this Grinning Man, he's so incompetent that it's kind of hilarious.
Oh yeah, I mean, as we see, yeah, he was like a low-level shapeshifter until he made his deal.
Right. Well, and clearly he emphasizes the importance of doing your homework, because even though he has powers, he doesn't know anything about anyone. Exactly. And so, like, he doesn't know how many Titans there are. So when he sees 3 of them, he's like, oh, surely if I throw this girl, they'll go after her. But there's another one that's catching her.
And then as soon as he hits the ground, Wally decks him. Speaking of, if you're a fan of Wally West, this week Will and I talked to Jeremy Adams, who's currently writing The Flash and is soon to be writing Green Lantern. So,
is he leaving The Flash, or is he doing both?
No, they're going up to 800 and then they're rebooting again with a new number 1. Oh no, no, it's not his choice. They're taking him off there and putting him on Green Lantern. He's like, he loves Green Lantern, but he's like, I'd stay with Flash a lot longer if it was my choice.
Wait, so they're rebooting Flash or they're rebooting Green Lantern?
Flash.
So wait, who's going to be Flash then?
Well, it's still going to be Wally, but it's like they're going to hit issue 800, and then next month they're going to reboot to a new number 1 with a different creative team.
Like a gimmick kind of.
Modern Comics, yeah, they do that. Marvel and DC do that a lot now. A new creative team comes on, and they just like put out a new number 1.
It's very confusing.
Exactly.
Whatever, let's not even go there.
I know. So then, after they capture the Grinning Man, Olivia's checks on Gar. And she's like, I'm sorry you got hurt because of me. And he's like, hey, someone who has beat myself up for all kinds of things, he says, I couldn't control. Trust me when I say you're never responsible for the actions of monsters. So then the Titans interrogate the Grinning Man. Donna throws the lasso of persuasion around them.
Yeah, but he's super creepy when he's in his natural form, I guess.
It looks like he's like covered in tar or something. All you pretty much see is that grin.
But yeah, I guess that's the thing, is he's just blank.
Yep. But yeah, it's he kind of tells him his origin, where he was basically a super villain who called himself Disguise Master.
Yeah, he wasn't a super villain though. He's playing up himself. He's giving himself more credit than he deserves.
Yeah, I mean, they basically showed in this flashback. He walks into a bank as Superman and says, "I need to check your vault," but then his face starts like falling.
He was a super terrible villain.
Oh. But then they show him in jail, and Neuron comes to visit him. He offered me the powers of my choosing in return for my soul. I told him I wanted to be a heavy hitter. I wanted strength and flight, and I wanted to be a true master disguise. I wanted something to put a smile on my face. Now I always have a smile on my face, and that's all I have on my face because demons can't be trusted. So yes, and that's another reason he looks like this, because Neuron took his face.
Yeah.
Because when they showed him sitting in jail, he looked like a normal guy.
Yeah. Yeah. A pretty pathetic guy.
Yeah. He gets because demons can't be trusted, and he looks at Raven. Do you really trust yours? But Dick's like, you were working for Neuron? He's like, yeah, he wants the girl. I didn't ask why. Raven, you instantly agreed to kidnap a child and hand her over to the Lord of Hell? Grinning man, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, duh. I mean, he sold his soul so he could go from a D-list villain to a C-list villain. I mean, clearly the dude is not known for his critical thinking skills.
And they're like, why does Neuron want Olivia? And Raven's like, it isn't about her, it's about him, because Neuron needs to look strong because the underworld's always a power struggle. And Wally, publicly losing to a 9-year-old girl means something with a lot of ambition, and a lot of horns could attempt to overthrow him.
You know what? That makes sense, because if hell is supposed to be bad, it feels like, bad things should be out. I was like, yeah, that actually does make a lot of sense.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're ruler of hell, yeah, you're always got to be looking over your shoulder every 2 seconds. Someone's,
Yeah, it would stand to reason.
It's not full of nice people.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like prison, but worse.
Way worse.
Yes. Says, I love Gar. Sure, then we'll just go to hell and break into a demon's filing cabinet. Because they're talking about
I know, I mean, because I love, they're like, yeah, like, how can this contract work and stuff? Which, I mean, I guess they'll go and find out, but it is also kind of like, dude, it's a demon from hell. I mean, I don't know if he's really bound by the law of contracts.
Because they were saying before he died, Blockbuster sold his daughter's soul and stuff, so.
I know, that does feel like you should only be able to sell your own soul, but I feel like demons do not play fair, obviously.
Well, that way Neuron got a pure soul, because, I mean, Blockbuster was no innocent.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Phil. You're right.
When you think about it that way, Neuron's like, you know what, your soul's probably already coming down here anyway.
Yeah, I don't need to get it. This is actually a terrible trade.
I'm going to get you.
Oh. But yeah, Gar, like you said, and he's like, did you miss the sarcasm in my voice?
So Donna and Corey are going to take Olivia to Themyscira to keep her safe, and then everyone else is going to hell.
That's right. Going on a hell heist.
And it's settled.
It's going to be
steal from the
Dick, Wally, Gar, Raven, and Cyborg going to hell. That'll be fun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and then we get the backup story, part 2. Night at the circus.
It was, I mean, the art is good too, but it's so different from the earlier art that I was really jarred when I came to this. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you could have like 2 different styles and they're both good, but yeah, if they're like different, it kind of takes you out of it sometimes.
Yeah, and it wasn't even so much that it took me out of it. It was just they're so different that I was just kind of surprised when I came to that page. Even though I knew it was another story, it was like, oh, whoa.
But it's basically Dick trying to teach John Kent how to do detective work, because they're trying to figure out who cut the trapeze at this circus.
Robin flashback.
Yep.
Yeah.
because they're asking the ringmaster. It's like who checks these ropes, and she says the prop manager, and then they're double checked by the trapeze artist. If I didn't see the acts with my own eyes, I would have said it was impossible. So they find.
Well, one thing that's really interesting to me is when he's talking about, okay, they're doing the blood spatter, and they're saying, okay, the bomb, we could find the components to the to find the buyer, and then he's saying, yes, anyone could. We need, it's someone here, and we need to think about who has motive and stuff like that. This really struck me because I was just recently reading some of Agatha Christie's Poirot books, and I was like, wow, that's such a Poirot thing, because that's his thing. Is he kind of makes fun of some of the other detectives that are always going around doing fingerprints and all this kind of stuff. And Poirot's like, I can just sit here and use my little gray cells, and I'll figure it out. And of course he does, because that's the way it is in the book.
Oh yeah, because
stick with that. I was like, oh my god, it's like Poirot.
Oh yeah, because Dick's like, oh, what would the first step be? And John's basically like, what do you say? Track down like the manufacturer or something, and where's
Yeah, that's the page like right before when he's talking to the prop manager.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, because John says the bomb is our best lead. I traced the components and tried to find the buyer. Dick's like, that's good thinking, but I'd start closer to home. Anyone could have planted the bomb, but to cause the trapeze accident, the perpetrator needed access to the ropes. Yep. They find the knife that was used in the sawdust. Because John's like, I said, at that end, no prints, no suspects, and no one could have sabotaged the ropes. I love this. What does Batman say about investigating? Did you get that Bruce flashback? Believe no one.
It's like, Batman wouldn't want me telling people his MO, but
then the mother comes in and it's like thanking them for Nightwing for saving her and her child. Her and her son, and then Dick's like, she's like, is there any way I can repay you? And Dick, no need. I just have one question. Why did you cut the ropes of your own trapeze?
That's what you get following the Batman's MO of believing no one and thinking about who had the motive and the opportunity.
Well, I mean, it makes sense because the trapeze artists were the last ones to supposedly to check the ropes. So,
yeah, yes, indeed.
It also reminds me of Tim's first appearance when he meets Dick at Haley's Circus, and they have that mystery going on from Lonely Place of Dying.
Yeah, although that one's with the lion tamer, right?
Yes.
And the clown.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, they frame the clown. Yeah. All right. So what did you think about this?
Yeah, it was good. I think I liked it better than last week or last month.
Oh, really?
I don't know. It just felt like more was happening.
Well, yeah, that was a more setup last month. Yeah. Yeah, because basically it's basically the grinning man getting the drop on Dick.
Hell Highs, I bet it's gonna be fun.
Yes. So what is it? I think we got like 2 more issues of this Titans arc, and then
yeah, I think that the last Titans arc in Nightwing will be the same month that the first Titans book comes out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think it's in May.
Yeah, that makes sense because I was going to say, I think, we'll get one in April and then May. We'll probably get the last one and it might even go right into Titans.
Yeah, but yeah. Titans is supposed to be on that one.
Yep. All right. Anything else on these?
That's everything.
All right. I was going to say, I was in the middle of pulling up the schedule here. Getting close to episode 200. Tonight was 189. So.
Wow. Crazy.
I know. That's right. Schedule over opens. Here we go. All right. So, yes. Next week, we're going to start some of the animated series stuff. The Batman Adventures 14, 18, and 26 next week.
Nice.
And
These are like the 1992 ones?
Yeah. And then in 2 weeks, the Batman Adventures 4 and 5 and Batman Gotham Adventures 11 and 16. And then in 3 weeks, we'll cover that Uncanny X-Men and New Teen Titans crossover. So,
all right then.
Oh yeah, so lots of fun stuff coming up, kids. So,
well, and next month,
oh yeah, we'll have
when Titans comes out, the first new episode of the Titans comes out the 13th, and the new issue for April comes out on the 18th. So those two can be the same.
Oh yeah.
That'll be. So it could be another all new week.
Yeah, we'll juggle some stuff around. Yeah, we'll make that happen. Yes. All right. So yes, kids. So yeah, send us your thoughts on the old stuff, the new stuff, definitely comics, shows. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And again, you can find everything one-stop shopping. Go to our website now for episodes, social media, merchandise. Everything is at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. And also remember, do your homework. Go on Amazon, pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. I should have it next to me, but it is on my bookshelf right over there. Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. Pick it up. When you can't get enough of us, pick up the book, read it. Everyone should read more. It's a fact. All right.
Literacy is for everyone.
It is.
I mean, you don't have to tell me, Phil.
Oh, I know. Educator, I know. All right. Person made the book. Yes. All right. All right. Thank you for joining us. Again, we're going to get into some of those animated adventures next couple weeks. We'll get to the Titans and X-Men crossover, and we'll have a new issue next month, and finally Titans will be back. You might get crazy. It's the last season. It's the last couple episodes, so.
It better.
I just mean, no one's going to die, are they?
Haven't enough people. I hope not. Ugh.
I put nothing past that show anymore.
Yeah, that is true.
Yes. All right, kids. But until next time, join us same wing time.
Same wing channel.
See Nightwing News. Don't trust those grinning men. Good night.